Hello, good day everyone. My name is Praveen, son of Ravichandran. My matrix number is 225047. Today we are here to discuss about our case study, the effects of fast food consumption on students under the course code EMM 3004 Engineering Statistic. Before we dive further into the discussion, let me introduce my team members, Ananda Kumar son of Puspanathan and Kishnif Tagore son of Gautaman, who worked along with me throughout the project. Here is an overview of today's presentation, which are introduction, followed by problem statement, hypothesis, methodology, data analysis, and finally conclusion. This will guide us through our exploration of the impact of fast food consumption on students' productivity. Today we are going to explore the relationship between the fast food consumption and students' productivity. This topic has gained significant attention due to the convenience of fast food becoming a regular part of many students' life, potentially impact their health and academic performance. Our study aims to provide insights into how these dietary habits affect students' overall productivity and well-being. A research shows that high prevalence of fast food consumption among students. For example, it is reported that 84% of Malaysian students regularly consume fast food. Furthermore, it is also found that university students often fail to meet recommended nutrient intakes, which could affect their health and cognitive function. Given the high level of fat, sugar, and calories in fast food, it is important to understand its potential consequences on students' physical health and academic performance. Our primary question is, does frequent consumption of fast food by students lead to lower productivity levels compared to those who are following a healthy diet? This leads us to investigate the specific impacts on academic performance and physical health. We have proposed the following hypothesis for our study. First, males consume fast food more frequently than females. Secondly, students who consume fast food less frequently achieve better academic results, which is CGPA 3.2 to 4.2 compared to those who consume fast food more frequently. Lastly, students who consume fast food frequently are more likely to be overweight, which is more than 70 kg, compared to those who consume it less frequently or not at all. To investigate this hypothesis, we conducted a survey using Google Forms to collect data from diverse samples of students. Let's delve into the specific steps we took in our methodology. First, survey design. Our survey was carefully designed to gather comprehensive information on students' dietary habits, academic performance, and physical health. The questionnaire included sections on demographic information, dietary habits, academic performance, and physical health. This design ensured that we captured a holistic view of students' lifestyle and its impact on their productivity. Next, data collection. We distributed the survey through the multiple channels including email lists, social media platforms like Instagram, and student groups in WhatsApp. This approach helped us reach a wide and diverse audience, ensuring a representative sample of students' population. Participation was voluntary, and we assured respondents of confidential and anonymity to encourage honest reporting. Thirdly, sample population. Our target was a broad range of university students from different academic disciplines and levels. This allowed us to capture diverse dietary habits and their impacts, providing a comprehensive understanding of the issue. Followed by data analysis. After collecting the data, we conducted several steps for analysis. First is data cleaning. We reviewed responses for completeness and accuracy, excluding inconsistent data. Secondly, adaptive statistic. We calculated basic statistical measures to summarize demographic characteristics, dietary habit, academic performance, and weight. Lastly, hypothesis testing. We performed statistical tests to examine the relationship between the fast food consumption and various outcomes. After that, we also did a data representation. We used various graphical methods to visualize our data clearly and effectively. We used bar graph to compare the frequency of fast food consumption between genders, show the distribution of the students across the different CGPA range and despite the distribution across the different weight categories. They also use pie chart to display the preference of male and female students for fast food and healthy diets, highlighting the gender-based dietary preferences. Lastly, tools and software. For our data analysis and visualization, we use statistical software such as Google Sheets. These tools allow us to perform detailed analysis and create a clear, effective graph, charts, and tables to represent our findings. Let me pass to my next team member.
As you can see, this pie chart illustrates the dietary preference of male and female students. So the larger segment of the chart marked in a less blue represent the male students who prefer a healthy diet. So this group makes up 37.40% of the total respondents. So next we have a male students who prefer fast food, making up 18.7% of the respondents. So this indicates by the dark blue segment. For female students, the preference for a healthy diet is represented by the orange segment, accounting for the 33% of the total. So female students who prefer fast food are the smallest group at 11%, showing the turquoise color. So overall, the majority of male students prefer a healthy diet at 37.4%, while a significant portion of female students also lean toward a healthy diet at 33%. This bar chart illustrates how frequently male and female students consume a fast food. The result shows the female students are more likely to consume a fast food less frequently, 2 or fewer times per month, compared to male students. However, as the frequency increased 3 to 5 times and more than 5 times per month, male students tend to consume fast food more often than female students. This suggests that males are more inclined to frequent fast food consumptions compared to females. From this bar chart, we can observe that students with a CGPA below 3 are more likely to consume fast food more frequently. Particularly in the lowest CGPA range, which is less than 2, the highest fast food consumption category has the most students. These observations support the hypothesis, which is that excessive fast food consumptions might negatively affect students' academic performance. So students who maintain a lower fast food consumption levels tend to have higher CGPAs. So however, it is crucial to consider other lifestyles and socio-economic factors that could also influence their outcomes. Further research could provide more insight into the specific ways in which diets affects academic productivity and however other variables interact with the eating habits. I'm going to explain a data analysis. On this slide, we have a bar chart titled as Fast Food Consumption Cause Obesity. From this bar chart, we can observe the following key points, which is the highest number of the students who consume 2 or fewer fast food meals per week falls into the 45 till 60 kilogram weight category. In the less than 45 kilogram category, there's a notable number of students consuming 2 or fewer fast food meals, but very few consuming more than 5 meals. And then in the 61 until 70 kilogram and more than 70 kilogram categories, fast food consumption is more evenly distributed across the 3 levels. So overall, the data suggests that students in the 45 to 60 kilogram weight category are the most likely to consume fewer fast food meals per week.
Moving to our first hypothesis testing, we tabulated the data on how frequently fast food is consumed among males and females. While constructing the table, we represented each data using numbers, such as those who consume fast food 2 or less times a month would be represented by 0, 1 represents 3 to 5 times a month, and 2 represents more than 5 times a month. This would make our calculation easier. As for the calculation, we used 2 sample t-test method in which we calculated the mean value of male and female. Later on, we subtracted females' mean value with males. Since the answer we obtained was positive, hence the null hypothesis is accepted. It is indeed male consume more fast food compared to female. As for our second hypothesis testing, we tabulated data on how frequently fast food is consumed by students and their CGPA. Similar to the first hypothesis testing, each data is represented by numbers, such as those who obtain CGPA less than 2.0 would be represented by 0, those who got CGPA of 2.0 to 2.99 would be represented by 1, for those who got 3.0 to 3.74 would be represented by 2, and finally, for those who got CGPA of 3.75 to 4.00 would be represented by 3. As for the calculation of the second hypothesis, we use the ANOVA method, a 6-step method in finding whether the null hypothesis is acceptable or not. In this case, the more someone consumes fast food, the less the academic performance would be. First of all, we calculated the group mean for each fast food consumption frequency in a month from the tabulated data. Secondly, we calculated the overall mean. After that, we calculated the sum of squares between groups and within groups, followed by degree of freedom between and within. Once we got the values, we calculated the mean square between and within. Using the mean square values, we calculated the F statistics, and using the F distribution table, we can find its critical value, which in this case is 3.15. And since our F statistics is much lower compared to the F critical, we may accept the null hypothesis. As for our third hypothesis testing, much similar like our previous two hypothesis testing, each data is represented by numbers, such as those who weigh below 45 kg would be represented by 0, those who weigh 45 kg to 60 kg would be represented by 1, and for those who weigh somewhere around 61 kg to 70 kg would be represented by 2, and finally those who weigh more than 70 kg would be represented by 3. As for the calculation, much like for the second hypothesis, we still use the ANOVA method, but in this case the null hypothesis would be the more someone consumes fast food, the more likely they would be obese. First of all, we calculated the group mean for each fast food consumption frequency in a month from the tabulated data. Secondly, we calculated the overall mean. As soon as that's done, we calculated the sum of squares between groups and within groups, followed by degree of freedom between and within. Once we got the values, we calculated the mean square between and within. Using the mean square values, we calculated the F statistics, and using the F distribution table, we can find out the F critical value, which in this case is 3.15. And since our F statistics is much higher than our F critical, this null hypothesis is no longer acceptable.
In conclusion, our studies revealed several key findings. Firstly, gender differences in fast food consumption. Males consume fast food more frequently than females. 37.4% of males prefer a healthy diet compared to 33% of females. However, 18.7% of males indulge in fast food compared to 11% of females. Secondly, fast food consumption and academic performance. Students with the highest CGPA, which is 3.75 to 4.0, consume 2 or fewer fast food meals per month. Students with lower CGPA, below 3.0, consume fast food more frequently. This indicates that lower fast food consumption correlates with better academic performance. Thirdly, fast food consumption and weight. Students consuming 2 or fewer fast food meals per month are generally in the weight of 45 to 60 kg weight category. Increased fast food consumption correlates with higher weight categories, which is over the 70 kg. Last but not least, we recommended to initiate targeted educational campaigns to promote balanced diet. This should emphasize reducing fast food intake, especially among males. Moreover, incorporate nutritional education into school curricular activity and provide healthier food options on campuses. Also conduct further research on factors affecting students' dietary choices, academic success and weight to reduce the impact. That's all from us. Thank you.